The second kind of thing that the Quran tells us about God is what He's not. It tells us that He did not begin to exist, that He does not stop existing, that He does not need anything, that He does not resemble anything, and that He does not have anyone else who shares, who's a partner in His Godhood. These 5 attributes are called privative attributes. Privative here doesn't have anything to do with private. You know, like when you say that something is your private business, so nobody else should snoop around in it or tell anyone else about it, that's not what the word privative means over here. Privative here is from privation, which is related to deprivation. Privation means the absence of something. And a privative attribute is an attribute that says that something is not true about God. Let's go through them again. The first privative attribute is called beginninglessness. It means that God did not begin to exist. No beginning. There's the privation. Nothing made Him exist. He has always existed. I'm saying always like this because God doesn't exist in time. His beginninglessness is a timeless beginninglessness. It just means that He didn't begin to exist. No time. The Quran says that Allah is al-awwalu wal-akhiru, the first and the last. First means that He doesn't have a beginning. In another verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that Allah lam yulad, He was not begotten. Nothing gave birth to Him. He wasn't born. That means He didn't begin to exist. You actually don't need any Quranic verses to show that God is beginningless. It's a basic fact that even Muslim children know. The second privative attribute is called endlessness, the opposite of beginninglessness. It means that God doesn't stop existing. No end. That's the privation. Again, there's no time here. It just means that God exists and cannot not exist. The Quran says that God is the first and the last. Last means that God doesn't stop existing. But again, you don't even need any Quranic verses to prove this. It's a basic fact about Islam that even Muslim children know. The third privative attribute is called independence, ghinā. It means that God doesn't need anything. No need. That's the privation. Everything apart from God needs Him, and He doesn't need anything. Allahu Samad, a famous verse of the Quran that many of us know, that's what it means. It means that God is the one who everyone needs, but He doesn't need anyone. There are many other verses that say that God doesn't need anything, and that God is ghaniyyun anil alameen, absolutely free of need from everything else that exists. So that's the third attribute. The fourth is called transcendence. It means that God doesn't resemble anything else. No resemblance, that's the privation. Remember that everything apart from God needs Him. So if He resembled it, He would need something too. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. There's absolutely nothing like Him. And He also says in a verse that we all know, لَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٍ. Nothing resembles Him. The fifth and final privative attribute is really simple. It's God's oneness. It means that there's no other God, no multiplicity. That's the privation. Again, there's many verses, فَعْلَمْ أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. Know that there's no God but Allah. But you don't need a verse to prove this. It's a basic fact of Islam that even Muslim children know. So there you go. That's the Quranic conception of God. 5 privative attributes. We add this to the attribute of existence, necessary existence that we saw in the previous video. Now I want you to do something really important. I want you to take Zeus, Apollo, Wotan, all of those other gods, And I want you to think carefully. Do any of them have these attributes?